are back, peeps, covering a frequent story that we actually have talked about quite a bit, especially stretching back to last week, that being some Halo Pro accusations. I would say probably some of the more serious Halo accusations we have talked about ever since Royal 2 and his temporary suspension, that being a BuiltByGamers member during a $10,000 event being accused by Pioneers. Pioneers and a couple of their members now calling him out, that being a member known as Mines for BBG, of walling, or I should say of hacking in general and cheating during the event. These are very, very serious accusations to make, and in case you missed them, we saw G2 Carlos, we saw Nick Merckx, we saw several Pioneers members and dozens of community members out there speak up and say, hey, I've played against this guy in Rivals, here's some clips here and there, all of which are just accusations towards him of actually cheating. Now, obviously, 343 and some investigations are needed, but I'm going to share with all of you guys the responses now had and all of that. But first and foremost, in case you did forget it, or of course you missed it, here are those clips and accusations against the BBG player Mines, where he's accused of hacking as a professional Halo player.
Right here, he like randomly snaps on the kid's C balcony for some reason, but that's not even the point. Like, he's literally just like, look at this. He just like pre-fires me without even seeing me. I haven't shot. His teammate hasn't shot me. And he just puts a full burst into the pipe before he even sees me. Before his teammate even shoots me. Like, I still haven't shot and his teammate hasn't shot either. And if you just keep letting it play, you'll see his teammate shoot me and then I shoot him. Like, look. Now his teammate finally shot me. That's the first time I got saw and called out. He's
pre-firing an angle perfectly. Everyone pre-fires if they think someone's there. But how often at this level would you pre-fire a whole burst where all three bullets go into the wall right next to you?
Yeah, it's like his vertical placement is just perfect too. Like, he just is clearly walling.
There we go.
Alright, this one laid perfect vertical placement again on Hunter, but that's not even the sketchy part. He's playing like real time. He's challenging me, see, like fair play. Hunter slides away. Now look at this. Look at this kid back like driveway. Snaps onto him, shoots him through the wall because he thinks he's sliding out like front C. Then he tries to play it off by like pre-firing like the repeat, but obviously he's not gonna repeat. Like, he literally just like accidentally shoots this kid and tries to play it off because he's literally walling.
Yeah, he knows he fucked himself.
Yeah, he knows he just got caught, like literally.
In real time. Literally thinks I'm challenging front C. That's why. Look. That's why he does it.
Like, he literally is like depth perception is fucked up.
Himself.
Yeah.
And he knows he got caught right there too, so that's why he's trying to play it off.
And so I'll be honest and I'll be frank and transparent. The second clip of which I believe I showed you guys, there's certainly one clip that is more suspicious than others, and someone who has a track record of competing against some top names out there, and especially when you're called out by big names and an entire team, these are serious accusations, and ones that were brought public and maybe not behind the scenes of 343, who should be investigating this and should be properly looking into it. I first share with all of you guys a response from his teammate who had this to say. As Jay was one of the first people to actually speak out, a teammate on this, where he does not condone cheating. So he says, my view on all of this. Let me start off by saying, one, anyone who knows me at all in the slightest knows I don't stand for cheating in any way whatsoever and would never willingly play with someone who is cheating. Mines has been an alleged cheater, never once crossed my mind. And if it did, I'd be the first to call him out in 100%. And of course, this upsets me a ton because I've been working my absolute arse off trying to make it my first year competing. 2. Kansas City Pioneers were calling Mines a cheater before the series even started versus them for whatever reason. After watching the entire video that Druck made, the clip at 7:30 does stand out to me as the only and one shady clip, definitely. While Infinite Theater Mode is most certainly not the best, that clip is a pretty hard one to explain. There was a call of one being a B stairs, and as seen in the video, you see him shooting someone right before. Mines told us he was pre-firing the repeat since they were flying at us all series. And 3, as far as I've known, Mines has been playing on a console since it was announced in Anaheim would be on console. And then finally, 3, as far as I know, Mines has been playing on a console since it was announced Anaheim would be on console. I know he went out and bought one and has been using it. We're all still trying to figure this out as a team, and it has all kind of hit us as we woke up, and it's just my first thoughts. I figured I'd let you guys know. So a pretty self-explanatory explanation, right? You're a teammate. You're saying, hey, I don't condone cheating. If I knew he was cheating, I would have called him out for it. Hey, that one clip is very suspicious. I'll admit that. Here's a further explanation and some other context for all of you guys. A pretty great response. Shortly after, we actually have Mines posting his own response to all of this, pretty much saying, hey, I'm not a cheater, and I'm open to investigation. As he stated, I'm very saddened by the cheating allegations made against me today. I'm not a cheater, and I take this game very seriously and would never jeopardize my career by cheating. I'm open to any and all investigations that are necessary. Which, hey, props to you. You're probably under a lot of fire, right? A lot of heavy fire, especially when the days this was actually unrolling and unraveling itself and had gone viral all over Twitter. That's a perfect grade A response, right? You say, hey, I'm not a cheater, which is the one thing everyone wants to know. And you say, most importantly, B or 2, hey, I'm open to all investigations, right? I will do anything that 343, of course, they request of me, which is great. Not here to say whether he's innocent or guilty, but that's a pretty fast forward response, right? It's what we wanted from him. He didn't make up excuses. He also didn't admit anything, though. And very lastly, we heard from the team, that being BBG, a few days back now, as they made their statement. And they stated, we are aware of the accusations made against Twisted Minds. We spoke with him and he maintains he is not cheating. We stand by our player. We welcome any official review from 343. We do not tolerate cheating at any time and will always take actions should we receive confirmation. And that right there is the biggest piece. Confirmation. We are going to test the abilities of 343 and the Halo esports infrastructure to properly investigate a $10,000 event which they might not have had hands in whatsoever. And here's where we get to the very skeptical part about these accusations. Although to many eyes out there, they look pretty brutal and very suspicious. And I'm not saying whether he's innocent or guilty. I can't tell you guys that. I will say suspicious here and there. And we have some big voices out there making these calls. It's a tough spot to be in, especially nowadays. And I think ESIC and CSGO, if you know, you know, your best route to defense as of right now in this day and age is to not say anything. It is to say, hey, you prove that I am cheating. We have seen it countless times out there, these baseless accusations made towards streamers and pro players across multiple esports, and your best bet, your best defense is to say nothing, do nothing, and say, hey, you have to prove that I did it, because clips and these one-off moments are not going to fully do it. And BuiltByGamers, I got to respect that they're going to stand by their player and say, hey, yeah, prove it. So it's certainly a very suspicious moment to be in. I can't imagine what someone like Mines is going through because these are very serious accusations. But here is where 343 and Halo has to step it up and say, all right, we are going to properly investigate, but is it possible for them to do so? We're talking about an NFT $10,000 event for a random weekend that they might have been sleeping through. So this is going to be crazy. We have all the responses. What do y'all think about it? And what do you think went down? Till next time, do me a favor, all right? Water, coffee, I don't know, drink some pop, get crazy, maybe some caffeine, some seltzers. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Take care.